Good morning and welcome to this introduction on how to obviously play a good reminder of how to play Fortnite football. We're going to go very quickly through the rules and just tips and tricks of how to play it. You will probably play your first match here at this stadium if you're playing in this Red Velvet Cup. The one thing you've got to remember to do is to just make sure you enjoy this World Cup and you don't rage if you lose. Just make sure you enjoy it. It's probably the last one we're ever gonna probably do. So just make sure you enjoy it, and obviously it's been a long time since any of us have done this, so let's get a few reminders. So we'll go, before we get some tips and tricks how to play, here are the rules. If the ball goes out on this line, depending on who kicks it out, it will be a corner or a goal kick. If you're taking a corner, it will be taken from here or the other side, from this side here. If the person trying to score kicks it out, it's a goal kick, which will be taken from here, where you have to be a certain distance away from the ball before you can actually attempt to win the ball off them. Throw-ins on this near side, again depending on who kicks out, which will be decided by the ref. It will just be thrown in by the referee for a 50-50, so both players will challenge for it. As for penalties and free kicks can be given away for blocking offences, where you block the player from making a progressive run forward. So for example, if I am standing here and imagine that marker is a player, I am stopping them from moving. That is a problem, and you will be given probably a free kick away or a penalty depending on where the offence is committed. Penalties, a spray will be put down and you will obviously have the chance to take the penalty. Goalkeeper can only stay on the line, and obviously if your shooting accuracy isn't as bad as mine, you should score. As regards to fans can only stay in the stand. We do allow the fans to come in and enjoy the matches, but they do need to make sure they are being respectful, and although they can be a little bit biased, they cannot take that bias ridiculously seriously. Again, it is just a game for everyone to enjoy. And yeah, so let's get on to some tips and tricks of how to actually play the sport. So a lot of you remember when you first probably started playing it, you were taught to crouch. That would probably be really helpful. That involves not just shooting, actually, I'd say now, is controlling the ball while crouching. I feel like that really helps you. But especially when shooting, I'd say crouching is a very good tactic if you're not very confident hitting it first time. And I'd say only the ones that have been here for a long time would be comfortable doing that. So I say crouching does sometimes put you off, but it gives you a good advantage. Using your speed to your advantage. As you can see, I'm using a lot of speed here, and that's because I'm covering a lot of distance to get to the ball. Make sure when you've got the ball you're not speeding with it, you're going at your own pace. Do not waste this speed. Use it for, you know, using it to chase the ball down. It's very simple. If you waste your speed, you know, you're going to lose out. Tackling wise, you got to get them tackles right, especially because you could give away fouls, so make sure those tackles are on point. I'd say watch that ball, don't worry about what your opponent's doing, watch that ball. One thing I'm not going to suggest doing is taking ages to shoot and then score, because one, that's really boring, and two, that gives your opponent a chance to score. So just speed up the game a little bit instead of just taking it baby steps, like just move the ball a bit quicker. Another thing would be controlling the game as well. So if you go 1-0 up, what's the one thing you don't want to do is concede. So control that game, get possession of the ball, just get it clear as much as possible instead of just allowing your opponent to come in and score. And just make sure you're not disrespectful to the referees or the opponent. We're all just here to enjoy the last Cup as well. Other than that, kickoffs will be taken from the middle, which may change in the final. The final is set to be played on Friday or next weekend. There will be 2 semi-final legs. Fixtures are not decided yet. And, yeah, and if you do need to change your skin or get speed, it's going to obviously be in here. Make sure you do have speed, because the idiots that come out with no speed are just ridiculous. Like, you've got no chance. Other than that, you should be alright to play well and at least give your opponent the game. If you lose, you lose. You're still in the final technically, so make sure you just enjoy it and play the best you can. And you know, don't be afraid to have a shot from anywhere, because you never know, you could end up scoring the best goal of your life but still losing, so who knows. So yeah, that is how it's now going to work, and that's now the rules and everything of how we actually play it. So I suppose it is down to you now to see who's going to win this World Cup. Good luck, and it will be an honour to once again see you all trying to outdo my records in the World Cup.